How to save mental energy. We waste so fucking much energy with just like our thoughts. It's crazy. So here's just like a few things that you can first be aware that you are doing and then drop them. So the most important one, they are all important, but there's complaining. That's the first one that you can drop. This is just a complete waste of time and energy. When you're complaining out loud or in your mind, it's just like negative thoughts that are completely useless, that make you feel bad, and that reaffirms something that you don't like about yourself or your situation, and it just like reinforces what you don't like. So it's like everything is negative about complaining. The thing is, not everything. The thing is, complaining gives you an instant high for maybe a couple of minutes, because it enables you to I think complaining enables us to release pressure for a moment, but complaining is actually a lie that we tell ourselves. So it releases pressure, but just a little bit. It's kind of like healing the symptom, but not the root. So when you'll notice that you actually complain a lot, if you do, I hope you don't, that you'll see that you can actually drop that quite easily, because first off, everything in your life is due to you and not anyone else, and you will have just like more space to think about solutions rather than just complaining. I'm trying to do a challenge which is not complaining out loud. That's something I almost never do, but sometimes I still do, and I try to not complain in my head anymore, which is even like that's harder. And I'm trying to do a challenge where I won't complain at all for 21 days. Sounds challenging, and it is. Then there's also criticizing and judging other people, whether it be, it's like complaining, whether it be out loud or in your mind. I think out loud is even worse. I don't do it out loud anymore, but all these things I still do them in my mind. And criticizing is a little bit the same than complaining, but you're complaining about someone. And what you're actually doing is like focusing on the part of people, the aspect of people that you don't like. It's the exact same. And so it's just completely useless, makes you feel bad also, because I think that deep down, you know that you're not better than the person you're criticizing and you're judging, and you know that you're actually just projecting onto that person what you don't accept in yourself. Otherwise, you would probably feel compassion for that person and you wouldn't judge her so hard. But I mean, I'm talking about this knowing that it's super hard, and myself, I don't I don't do that all the time. In my mind, I still criticize people a lot, but I try to be more and more aware of it and to drop it. And every time I judge someone, I try to see. So don't feel bad. Don't think that you're someone who's bad because you're judging someone. You're judging someone because you're actually protecting yourself, and because there's something about yourself that you're not accepting and it hurts. And that's why it's easier to just push it on someone else. But when you, for example, me, when I see someone, I don't know if I have an example, but probably when I see someone being really negative and really complaining about his life, I'm like, fuck, shut the hell up, man. And so that's quite judgmental, because I don't know what's happening in his life. I'm not in his mind, and I know how challenging it is to not complain, and I'm still complaining myself. So I know exactly that when I do that, I'm actually not accepting the part of myself that is still complaining and that is still struggling and that is still in that dark place. So you can be aware of that and try to drop that. And then a third one. So there's complaining, judging, and I forgot the third one that I wanted to say. That's where there's a nice silence. Shit, I'll have to edit that. Fuck. Yes, now I remember. Okay, and there's also, so it's just, there's probably a lot, but I was just thinking of three things. And there's also being honest with people when you talk to them, and stop being that person that you think you have to be and saying things that you think you have to say. I just had an interview with a company, and after the interview, which went really good, I had to tell them, I'm sorry, but I cannot, they made me an offer. I cannot accept that offer right now. I'd rather wait for 1 week because I have other things coming my way, and so I cannot decide now. That's what I wanted to tell them. And I was like before telling them, I was like, man, but they're just gonna think that they never gonna take me if I say that. And I still did. So I told them the truth. And rather than telling them, oh, I didn't like decide yet whether I want to work for you or not, can I really just think for a few days? Or I could have said yes and just like no 1 week later. But I told them that I wanted to wait for 1 week, and they told me, yeah, we're not gonna take you. You have to decide now. And it's just like saved me a lot of mental baggage and mental energy, because I knew I wouldn't have to tell them the truth, or yeah, I knew that I didn't have to lie to them, and this just felt good. I noticed how good it feels when you're just being yourself and you're just being honest and you don't care. So at the beginning, when you do that, you're scared of the consequences, but then it just feels so good that you'll never stop doing it, probably, and you'll be honest. There are still a lot of situations in my life where I'm not, because it hurts too much, but it definitely feels good. So there you have it. Stop complaining, stop judging people, stop being dishonest, and be like honest directly. And be it out loud or in your mind, you can try to drop these, and it creates like a nice space where you have a lot more, you just have a lot more space, time, energy for positive thoughts. Thanks for listening.